Look it. She said that she popping off whenever. Tyler Perry don't. He don't like her husband because he a strong black man. That's the whole issue. What else would be the issue? Why else would you say, oh yeah, not pull up with your husband? Come on, let's get into it.
My husband to be there. You may want him to be sitting right there so that way we can have a conversation that everyone can be heard.
Okay.
But I appreciate you, Shannon, because most people are too afraid. That's heard the tape. They're too afraid to say, no, I heard it, and this is what he said. Mm-hmm. I appreciate T.S. Madison because T.S. Madison was the first one to say, no, I heard what he said. Mm-hmm. So when folks were trying to jump on her, she not down for the black woman. Listen, baby, y'all don't even understand the fights that sister be having when ain't nobody watching for the black woman.
Right.
Yeah.
So I appreciate you looking in that camera.
Right. Well, I mean, look, sometimes
he ain't trying to look in the camera now.
Some black people, some, not all, some, that my grandpa used to say, Mo, is that if you're not careful, you'll become the very thing you despise the most in a person. Now, what do we despise most about Trump supporters, ex-President Trump, is that no matter what he says, no matter what he does, they give him an out. There's some people in our community, no matter what powerful black people say or do in our community, we'll give them an out.
And we can't.
And we become the very thing we despise the most. What we despise most about ex-President Trump supporters is that no matter what he does or says, it's okay.
Yes.
We can't do that. We can't. If somebody's wrong, like you said, Mo, if somebody's wrong, we have to be man or woman enough to say they're wrong, regardless of what comes along with that.
They don't know. They don't understand what them saying, I'm sorry, will mean for them. See, when I read the
because that's not for you. And I'm sorry, it's not for the person that you offended. It's for you. Because currently you're in hostage. Your feelings. Because you have to live with that.
You have to live with that.
What you've done.
So when you see a woman say, me turning 70, I'm so happy because I've never hurt anyone. Stop it. Stop it. Because there's a black woman that has been calling your name for over a decade that you seem to want to make go away. And I know I'm not the only one.
Would you sit, if Oprah called Mo today, would you sit down and have a conversation with her?
Let me tell you what I'll do if Oprah called me today, Shannon Sharpe. We will sit down and have a conversation with Oprah Winfrey. We will sit down and have a conversation with Tyler Perry. We will sit down and have a conversation with the presidents of Lionsgate. We will sit down and have a conversation with anyone that is, I'm going to say, brave enough to sit down and have a conversation. But what happens is within seconds,
because they gonna put their relations, they representation is something on the line, and then it's just like, but then it's just like, after all these years, I feel like most people forgot about it. I feel like they should just sit down and have that conversation. They gonna come back and renege on it anyway. Like, oh yeah, we didn't have that conversation. It wasn't about this. It wasn't about that. They already some liars in my book.
Within seconds. If Tyler Perry was to sit right here, you would say, man, I heard you. What you trying to tell me about this sister? Within seconds, Oprah Winfrey would know that people would say, hold up. See, when I speak about Oprah Winfrey, and let me be clear, I love that sister.
Okay.
Because she's our sister.
Mm-hmm.
She just got to come back across the street. We got the light on. When I speak about Oprah
Winfrey, I don't got my light on.
I speak about that woman because she's spoken about me.
Okay.
And when you begin to speak about me privately, I'm going to speak about you publicly.
Yeah. Because you not about to hide your hand. You not about to hide your hand, talk about me in private, and then in public, act like everything is just like kumbaya. No. That's what we're not about to do. That's what Oprah thought. Oh, Oprah, a fool. Oprah, a fool. Oprah, a fool. She need to get it together. She need to get it together.
Fair. You've been unjust. And you watched a black woman be thrown under the bus. And you said nothing. And here's what's interesting as well. My husband was saying to me, after I won the Oscar award,
Mm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And she had the people come, to talk to the Oscar winners. And I go on the stage and I talk to the Oscar winners. Well, when we go to a commercial, the people in the audience, and I say this humbly, as my husband was telling me, he said, Mama, they wasn't screaming Oprah. They was screaming Monique.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Right.
So much so, I had to say, y'all gonna shut that shit up now. We get ready to go back on the air. We having fun, right? He said, but I watched Oprah. He said, and I watched her almost turn in her seat like they screaming her name.
Not
now,
screaming my name.
Say, oh, Monique, you're reaching. Well, let me tell you what then happens. The movie The Butler, that movie was offered to me. Lee Daniels came out and said, I did offer Monique the Butler.
Okay, what happened?
As he said to me, he said, Mo, at the time I didn't have no power and I didn't have no money. So when Oprah said she wanted it, so who played the lead role in The Butler? Oprah Winfrey. Lee Daniels was getting ready to do a biopic on Richard Pryor, and he offered me the grandmother. Who then calls Lee Daniels and says, I want to be the grandmother. So as you're looking at me, it's the same way I'm looking at that sister. And I'm saying,
seemed like any offers that she had got, Oprah wanted to take it. Like, oh yeah, nope, I could do it better. I'm Oprah. I don't know Oprah. I'm looking at you.
Conversation, because the way things could look, it may not be that way, but just the way things look, Oprah. Just the way you would have my family on your show, Oprah.
One might say, Mo, well, I mean, if they're looking for a black,
slender,
big, go ahead and say it. Shannon's so careful with his words. He want to say fat black woman. If the role looking for a fat black woman, Mo, he was like,
keep my podcast, Mo. Y'all ain't finna cancel me.
That's why we love you, Uncle Shay Shay, because we want you to say a fat black woman. Now, me and Oprah fit the damn description, Shay. Fat black. Don't we fit it?
You do. But I'll be your neighbor up there where you live at.
Listen here. So, are you lying?
No.
Now, I'm not going to have your big ass sitting there in a Hall of Fame and you scared to say shit.
Okay.
Yeah, fact.
And I want to excuse myself for any of the babies that might be watching this, because I wasn't going to say no spicy things. But Shay Shay get me wrong now. Come on, Shay.
One might say, or people might say, well, Mo, I mean, the role called for a heavyset black woman. You, Oprah, y'all fit the roles.
Yes.
How do we know that
that was yours
for the role alone, and people think that she's better, more qualified than you?
It don't work like that, Shannon. You can't offer me. Once you say, I want you.
Right.
That's what it is.
Okay.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
But I don't have the money to fund a production.
Right.
I don't have the connections to go to the studio and say, listen, I want to do this movie. She does. Right. So when Lee says, hey, baby, she got the money, go get it. But someone would just say, how is that working out like that? How is that happening like that? How is it that things that was offered to Monique, you seem to be playing? Now, I told Oprah about that. See, everything we're saying to you right now.
Yeah, we had conversations.
Listen here. I don't play the behind the back. I don't play the I'ma share with Shannon. There's one thing I will share with you that I've not shared with anybody.
Okay.
But I don't play the behind the back and all of that. I say, listen, let me try to get to you first. Now, if you avoid me, okay.
But then we gotta go. Yeah.
I tried to call you first. When she had my family on her show, I tried to call you first. I tried to talk to you privately, but then you became the great, mighty Oprah Winfrey, and you were too busy to talk. Well, now I'm going to talk about it. This woman has overstepped with me in so many ways that somebody would say, if we wasn't Monique and Oprah Winfrey in the entertainment business, and we was Monique and Oprah Winfrey that worked at Costco,
they would have fought.
I'll see you in the break room. I'll see you at your cash register. Because she's overstepped.
Okay.
Wow. So, I don't know, Monique, and this might be the term crossing of the Rubicon. We might be going too far. If you feel that way, because clearly if you feel this way,
you can't.
I get why.
Yeah, if she feel this way, I don't think we can come back from that. I don't think we can come back from oh yeah, like an apology I feel like they just got to duke it out one time. Who y'all think win?
Feel this way? I don't know. Like I said, I don't know this. I'm taking you at your word. Not the Tyler, because
Yes.
I've listened to the audio.
Yes.
I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about Oprah.
Yes.
I'm just taking you at your word.
Yes.
If you feel this way, is it possible she feels the exact same way about you?
How could she? How could she?
Easy.
What have I taken from Oprah? When did I have Oprah's mother and father on my show? When did I have anybody come and speak about Oprah Winfrey on the Monique show? That's never happened. So how could she feel that way?
Would you have done that?
Had her family on?
Yeah.
Let me tell you how we operate. When we had the Monique show, there was a comedian on there. And he was trying to joke T.I.'s wife, Tiny. My husband walked out in the middle of his set. He said, cut. He said, brother, we don't do that here. We uplift our folks. We don't play that. So no, I would not have done that. When Oprah Winfrey had my family, and I'll tell y'all, and I'm looking around, baby, because there are people here.
Yes.
Okay, and I don't want to be rude to the people at Shay Shay's club. You got other people in the club, right? When Oprah Winfrey called me up, and she said, I got a call from your brother. And this is after I won the Oscar award, right? And your brother wants to come on the show, and he wants to apologize to you for molesting you. And he wants to tell other people how to look out for a predator.
Right.
I said, Oprah, I said, I don't want anything to do with that cat.
Yeah.
I said, and then she said, well, if you want me to scratch the show, I will scratch it. I said, sis, don't scratch it because he could be a different person. And I don't want to get in the way if that cat is a different person. I just don't want no parts of it.
Right.
Okay? When I hung up that phone, Shannon, I was like, I appreciate that sister. Like, she didn't have to call me.
She didn't. She
didn't have to call me and say, I'm going to have your brother.
Right.
I start seeing commercials with my mother and my father and my other brother who used to be my manager, who knew the fear that I had with the brother that was up on stage, right?
Okay.
We never talked about my mother being there.
She never told you that.
You know how you feel about your grandparents?
Yes.
Why she lie? Imagine the shit was already recorded, and she just did it to save face. Like, imagine it was already like and it was just like, oh, I forgot to tell Monique about it. It's coming out in a week.
You know the honor and how you speak about them. Imagine you then seeing your granddaddy and your grandmama on a show, and they're talking about somebody that violated you.
In a good way?
And that woman didn't tell you that they were going to be there. How would you feel?
I would feel like you felt betrayed.
That is exactly how I felt and how I feel. And it's not, no, I understand it. But you betrayed me, sister.
In a different light.
I'm not the only one.
Because at the time when she called you, she said it was just your brother.
Just my brother. And when my mother was on that show, do you know what I had to deal with, Shannon?
What's that?
I would be in the store, and I would have elderly women coming up to me, and they would say, your mama ain't shit.
Wow.
Now, they wasn't lying, Shannon. Okay? They wasn't lying, baby. Sometimes you gotta let the truth be the goddamn truth. Sometimes you got to just go with it. But still, it's my mother.
Yeah.
And I'm in here, because when she went, I'm having to defend something. And I got that often with them telling me what my mother wasn't, because you did not tell me. Had Oprah Winfrey said, I'm going to have your mama, I'd have said, shut that shit down. I don't need nobody seeing my mama be greedy. I don't need the world seeing. Shut it down. Now, there's a white woman named Barbara Walters. They called her first.
Ooh.
And she said, Monique, I told your family, I can't do that to you. I wouldn't do that to you.
Oh.
You just won that award. Like, why would I do that?
Yeah, you're here. Why would I bring something that I know that you don't want to talk about?
It's like almost like, yeah, you got this award, but remember where you came from. We putting you in your place. That's what I got from it. Oprah had her parents on there to put her in her place. Right after you win an award, you gonna bring up my past? What was the point behind that, Oprah? What was the point? Oprah, we need answers. No, we need answers because, like, why would you do this? With a straight face? After this lady win the award, you gonna have her people come sit down and talk about her past for a check? And you slept good at night? Nah, fuck. Get out of here, Oprah. Go sit in the corner. Go.